Nice lead into our next guest. For those of us who are 65 and older and exploring your Medicare options for next year, do you have questions? Of course you do. And our next guest is here to help answer them. One of our favorite people. I want you to welcome Erin Lapidus, the president of JBL Financial and Retirement, back to Great Day St. Louis. Always good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
It is enrollment season, open enrollment season, and there are two versions of that. There's the type that we have here because we work for a big company and they have open enrollment. But this open enrollment that we're talking about today is for Medicare.
That's right.
And for those of us that are or will be moving into our Medicare era, if our viewers have a question, all right, regarding Medicare, we should point out that they aren't alone. What are the most common questions that people ask about Medicare open enrollment?
The most common question is, does open enrollment apply to me? And that is important because we don't want to miss deadlines, especially when you're attempting to enroll for the first time or maybe re-enroll as someone that's already on Medicare. So open enrollment specifically applies to individuals that are already utilizing Medicare. So this is your opportunity to make a change with your coverage if your health has changed or maybe your plan has changed. And we've seen quite a few changes to plans this upcoming year. This is your opportunity from October 15th through December 7th to make that change so it will be effective January 1st of 2026.
The language that I've read in some of the materials that comes from Medicare and Social Security and such makes it sound kind of threatening. If you don't miss the window of opportunity, it could cost you thousands of dollars. And I guess that's true to some case, but we have other options, right? What if that window closes?
Yes, you do have other options, and there are often ways to make corrections if you've made a mistake or you feel like you've made a mistake. So first of all, if you are newly enrolling into Medicare, this doesn't apply to you.
Right.
You get to have your own election period, the 7 months that surround the month you're turning 65. If you're someone that's worked past 65 years old and you're still on your company insurance, you have the opportunity to join Medicare anytime you leave your employer's coverage.
With that 7-month window.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you've got a lot of opportunities to make changes. If you're someone specifically that's using a Medicare Advantage plan, you have an additional enrollment period that starts January 1st and runs through March 31st that would give you the chance to change your Medicare Advantage plan for 2026. So Medicare does offer a lot of opportunities to make changes. If you feel like you've made a mistake, definitely reach out to someone, a professional, to make sure that you can get that correction happen as quickly as possible.
Well, and here's the reality of this. Medicare changes every year. Private insurance changes every year. The laws change, the policies change. You do this I'd say it's like buying a house. You know, you might buy a house 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 or 5 times in your lifetime. You do more than that Medicare questions and policies per day, right?
Absolutely.
And so go to somebody who knows the changes and let them get to know you. And like we've talked about before, it's like a reset. You could do it every year or maybe every 2 years if you want, and just go back and guess what? It doesn't cost you anything. I don't care if you go out and get your Medicare on your own or if you come to Erin, it's not going to, the cost is exactly the same. It's not going to cost you a dime.
That's exactly right.
All right?
Yep.
Okay. So what you need to do, if you still have unanswered questions about Medicare, reach out to Erin and her team at JBL Financial Services. They do this stuff every day. Give them a call at 314-863-0008, or you can find them on the web at jblfinancial.com, or you can listen to their radio show every Saturday morning,
9 to 11.
9 to 11 on the Big 550 KTRS.